Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video, answer segment type of video. First question from you guys. This was asked by a few people, but namely, originally, Nick, Wesley, and Raze. And they asked, Trev, what do you think about this article? It's a Forbes article. I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check it out. And it is noting that Corey Hawkins, the actor who plays Heath in the Walking Dead television series, in season 6 anyway, since that's when he started in the show, was in season 6, has actually been cast in another TV series, which is a big show too, 24 Legacy. And then we'll get into a few of you guys' questions afterwards, as usual. So I like this one. Thanks for sending me this one, you guys who did. There was more people who sent it too. Thank you as well. But those are the two that I saw first. So thoughts on this one. So read over the article, and I don't know much about 24. I guess it says here that it's Jack Bauer-less series, so Legacy. So it's not featuring, the actor who plays Jack Bauer. I have briefly seen 24. I've seen a few episodes of it, but I haven't seen it all the way through or anything like that. I know it's a big show, though. It's a very big show. So this is 24 Legacy that he's been cast for, and apparently it's for a lead role in it. So it looks like he's going for it. He's going to take it. I don't think there's anything in his contract with Walking Dead or anything like that would say that he's not allowed to take other roles in other shows. Of course, we've had lots of actors, actresses in The Walking Dead who've taken on other stuff. The reason for the controversy in this one, that he's been cast for this one, is because it's for a lead role in in a TV series instead of like a movie, which is different. A movie, they can go and they can film in a shorter period of time, shorter time frame, and just do their particular scenes a lot of times if they're not like an upfront lead character. But this one's a lead of a television series, which could mean that if they're doing a good number of episodes, let's say like with The Walking Dead, they do 16 episodes, a season, at least earlier on in the show, Andrew Lincoln would probably have to be there playing Rick for, at least 13 episodes. There might be a few that don't have him in it, or, they have Stephen Yeun who plays Glenn, or some of the others. Some of the bigger people in the show would have to be there on set most of the time. Now, they've been able to work around it with Norman Reedus plays Daryl doing 999 and that. But if this is going to be like a long-running show that gets a few seasons, that type of thing, this could be a real problem for them using Heath in the television series version. So this is one factor that comes into play with the television series that we don't have to talk about with the comic book series that we saw with Dale earlier on in the series, Jeffrey DeMunn. So see, what happened with him was he was loyal to Frank Darabont. He told AMC to go to hell, basically, after they let Frank Darabont go, and he wanted off the show, so they killed him off, basically, at the end of season 2. So that's why he was killed off prematurely. Will we see something like that happen with Heath? It doesn't look good right now. The probability, if this is true 100%, and the show is like a pretty big show, unless it films at like totally different times from when The Walking Dead does, it could be a big problem for them. Now, it's easier now than it would have been in season 2 to do something like this, because you do have a lot more characters in the show than you did then, and Heath is kind of a background character anyway in The Walking Dead. He's not a lead, so you can understand why Corey Hawkins would take the role, even though The Walking Dead is such a huge show. 24 Legacy could be big as well too, and if he's going to get more of a lead role, he's probably going to get paid better. He's probably going to get probably be better for him. So let's see what happens. This will be interesting. This won't affect season 6, but this would be season 7 and probably onward. Will we see his character kind of fade into the background a little bit for a while, or maybe make an appearance here and there in a few episodes, or will we see him actually just be killed off? Because Heath is a character in the comic series that is there over the long term. He's there over quite a while. He's not forefront as much as maybe someone like Glenn or somebody like that, that's like an A or maybe B character, but I'd probably put him at a C level, maybe C+, close to a B- type deal. If you're talking about the importance of the character in the show, something like Nicholas or somebody like that, who's kind of, a runner type Glenn character, but not quite, at the forefront like Glenn would be. So This one is this is interesting for me, and I'm very interested to see in season 7 if they keep him on or if they find a way to get him out of the show. So to kill him off, which is pretty easy in The Walking Dead since there's characters being killed off all the time. So maybe something for a season 7 premiere death or something they could throw in there. I just hope it doesn't feel too forced, and I hope that it doesn't feel too out of place if they just do it kind of out of nowhere, like a zombie just randomly kills him or something. Granted, that did happen to Tyrese and several it's happened to other characters as well too in the earlier on in the series and that. So I'm thinking like T-Dog and Jim and some of the I don't just want to pick all black characters. That's not on purpose. I'm not doing that on purpose. Or Noah. I'm not doing that on purpose. I swear. Okay, so so great question from you guys. Want to get my thoughts on that. I'm a little worried too, a little bit, but he's not, even in the comic book series, it's not like he's a huge character anyway. It's not like he's a Rick Grimes or something like that. He's a pretty big character. He's not like a totally background character like maybe T-Dog kind of was treated like. But he's there enough, but they may have to kill him off and replace him with another character. We'll have to see, because again, the real world aspects come into play, and they can affect these things. So that's the first part. Second part was that people have been asking me to give my thoughts on the new Sasha promo, where there's a video online of her promo for episode 9, where she's talking to the unnamed leader of Negan's little motorcycle group there, and he pulls out kind of 2 guns on her and Abraham and that. People wanted me to do a whole video on it. I wouldn't really do that because it's not really much. It's a very quick promo. She tries to talk to him, this kind of thing, and Abraham kind of tells her to shut up, and then she kind of, I'm talking to him, this kind of, it's like, whatever. It doesn't really show much. The only thing really is that he says right off the bat they normally would have killed one of them, right, to start. So, whatever. It's okay. Do I think they're going to kill one of them off right off the bat in episode 9? No. That's going to be probably a pretty death-heavy episode to begin with. So I don't think Sasha, Abraham, or Daryl's going to be killed off just like that. No way. Don't think so. And we'll do a few more for today's Q&A. Next one's from Jack Widor, and he says, "Hey Trev, love your videos. Just wanted to hear your thoughts on this question. With Negan coming to the Walking Dead television series, do you wish that the Walking Dead was on HBO so we could see Negan act exactly like he does in the comic book series?" Yeah, that'd be sweet, man. So that's my answer to you. Is just, Jack, is that that would be awesome if we could do that, if we could see that. But if you buy the Blu-ray or DVD, it'll probably be very close anyway, and probably have the swearing and everything like that anyway. They'll probably change it to screw or something like they've done previously in the series when Rick has swore, dropped a couple F-bombs here and there, depending. At least one occasion in A, right, was when he said that. But yeah, it would be cool. Plus, also, Game of Thrones has some other stuff too. It's more brutal, and there's nudity and all kinds of stuff, which would be fun to see in The Walking Dead. Next one's from Ricky Grimes, and he says, "Hey, Trev, I've got a question. In the episode No Way Out, do you think there will be the iconic moment from the comics books where Rick and the gang get surrounded and go all out on the walkers?" So this isn't really spoilers. This is a part where basically the whole storyline of No Way Out is that there's so many zombies that they can't get out. So to do it, they have to actually fight their way out. So Rick's going to have to use his axe. The other survivors are going to probably have to come out, Michonne with a katana, and all the other people to help fight them off. Which will be interesting to see if that is indeed what happens. It seems to me like, I think we'll probably see that, in the first episode 9 or 10, something like that, where they just realize that they have to, maybe he has to get to the gun shed or whatever it is, gun place where they have all the ammunitions and load up and just come out and start blasting, which will be really cool. So that should be some of the most exciting, one of the most exciting parts of the second half season, and it should be awesome. And thanks for the question, Ricky, because that's something that we haven't really talked about too much. So let's do one more for today. I'll keep it kind of quick. Next one's from, apparently my Cocker Spaniel is a dog. He wants me to feed him. It's another troll account. But he asked a decent question. He said, so stupid. Do you see Dwight and Daryl surviving together in the long run because of how similar they are? So it is a good question, so I wanted to include it. So Dwight and Daryl surviving together. I thought before that there was no way that we were going to see both of them, survive long run because they're so similar. They seem like, in the comic series, it's almost like Dwight is Daryl. So in some parts when I read them, it's like I'm watching Daryl, that kind of deal. It seems that way to me anyway. But with regards to this one, the TV series, is there room for both? I guess there is room for both, but it seems like they're setting it up as Dwight is kind of Daryl's enemy. So if they have kind of that enemy, it's kind of like a Dawn and Beth thing. One of them's going to die, one of them will survive, that kind of deal. And I hope that Dwight would be killed and Daryl would kill him off. However, it could go the other way, and we could see Daryl be killed off at the end of the season or something like that, and have Dwight be kind of the predominant crossbow user going forward, that kind of deal. It's just because they're so similar. It's like having two characters that are almost exactly the same that kind of mirror each other. And while that could be useful for storytelling, I tend to think that only one of them is going to make it. So yeah, I like your idea, and I think that that's probably true, that they wouldn't want to have two characters exactly the same unless they have Daryl change and or have him actually kill Dwight off, which we could see that. Write in the comments below what you guys think. Who you think is going to survive out of the two, or do you think it's not a problem? They'll both survive, no issues. So I'll call it here for today. Just want to do it to keep it a little bit quick for you guys. As usual, if you like the video, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite. Let me know your thoughts on all that stuff we talked about. And if you're new and you want to subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for today. So I may see you guys again tomorrow. As always, this is Trev. Say peace.